Good day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. On today's program, we'd like to talk about Ginkgo biloba. You know, Ginkgo is used by many people around the world to help preserve their mental abilities. However, recent research helps us to understand Ginkgo is helpful for a wide variety of health conditions, and we want to talk about that today. Today is Ginkgo Day, so please stay tuned for that. But first, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. Scientists identified traits that may help preserve memory. Researchers from the University of Alberta evaluated seniors ages 55 to 75 for lifestyle practices and cognitive abilities. They found risk factors that influence the preservation of memory during advancing age. The adults with healthy memories were more likely to be female, educated, and they were frequently engaged in social and cognitive activities. They also found having a slower resting heart rate, a higher body mass index, while engaging in more self-maintenance activities promoted memory. Among seniors over 75, they found those with a faster gait and fewer depressive symptoms predicted preserved memory. The study was published by the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. Related research from Queen's University Belfast finds those who follow the Mediterranean diet are about half as likely to show poor thinking skills with advancing age. The study was published by the medical journal Neurology. Well, folks, here are two timely and poignant studies, the results of which, if adhered to, help us preserve our memories and thinking skills well into our senior years. Our first study finds education and engaging in social activities helps to preserve memory. I firmly believe that even if you did not go to college, you can receive the brain benefits of education by continuing to read or by learning a second language or a new skill like woodworking or even quilting. Anything really that keeps you engaged with other people and continuously challenges the mind helps the brain. This same study found having a slower heart rate helps to preserve memory. You may be asking, how do I lower my heart rate? Well, it's simple, really. Stay in shape by exercising frequently. It really does work. Take a walk and lower your resting heart rate and preserve your brain function. And from Queen's University, we find frequent servings of fruits and vegetables, fish, nuts and seeds, along with modest and fewer servings of red and preserved meats and high-fat dairy, less of that, over time reduces our risk of declining thinking skills by about 50%, and that's remarkable. Folks, these are not hard and difficult things. We can all do a little better at staying socially engaged, challenging our minds, getting a little more exercise, and eating healthfully. Believe me, it is worth the effort. Periodontal disease may lead to Alzheimer's disease. Researchers from the University of Illinois have found from an animal study the bacteria associated with periodontal disease also causes inflammation and degeneration of the brain that may result in Alzheimer's disease. Periodontal disease causes gum retraction and possible tooth loss. The bacteria associated with the condition have long been associated with tissue inflammation. However, the association with Alzheimer's disease, that is a new discovery. The study was published by PLOS ONE. Related research from Stockton University finds the hydrogen peroxide associated with dental whitening strips can harm the protein-rich dentin layer, leading to damaged enamel and eventual tooth loss. The study was published by Experimental Biology. Well, this one is important. Fastidious attention to dental hygiene, a healthy diet, and the prevention of gingivitis and eventual periodontal disease is in everyone's best interest. And this can be accomplished for most, but not always, of course, with brushing the teeth at least twice a day and flossing at least daily. Our first study finds from an animal study that when dental hygiene is ignored and periodontal disease develops, the bacteria associated with the condition may also contribute to the development of Alzheimer's disease. We have known for some time now periodontal disease can increase the risk of cardiovascular disease and heart attack, but the connection to Alzheimer's disease is new. Our second study finds the common practice of using dental whitening strips, and that's a practice common among young people. It may lead to more trouble than it's worth by weakening the dentin and contributing to eventual cavities and tooth loss, which also increases the risk of cardiovascular disease and probably Alzheimer's. I like bright white teeth as much as anyone, but I must urge young people to avoid these white strips, but rather focus on regular brushing. And if you have an event like your senior prom that you would like your teeth to be as white as possible, well, go to a dental hygienist and have them professionally cleaned, as you will need those teeth for as long as possible. Today on Your Health, we will discuss the health benefits of Ginkgo biloba. Please stay tuned to learn more.
Do you believe that nature holds the answer to your health needs? Are you looking for a supplement that's simple and pure, yet really works?
If you're looking for nature's answer to better health, look to Aloha Noni Juice. It's pure and fresh, just like nature intended. Aloha Noni Juice is brought to you direct from the islands of Polynesia.
Aloha Noni Juice is 100% pure with no added sugar or sweet fruit fillers. It's the perfect addition to your low-sugar diet.
Aloha Noni Juice drinkers will tell you their vitality, energy, and sense of well-being have improved, along with relief from many painful conditions. Made by nature, proven by science, Aloha Noni Juice contains only nature's best.
And now you can enjoy the benefits of our new 100% certified organic Noni Juice. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. I'm Cindy Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Each year, more than 76 million Americans contract food poisoning. Most cases are caused by tainted fruits and vegetables, especially contaminated leafy lettuce. But poultry causes the most food poisoning-related deaths. To prevent food poisoning, follow these simple rules. Thoroughly wash all fruits and vegetables. When preparing any kind of meat, wash your hands, utensils, and work area before preparing any other food. Cook thoroughly chicken and ground meats. Store leftovers in the refrigerator immediately. Look for expiration dates when you shop. If you use reusable grocery totes, wash them periodically. And finally, use spices such as garlic and oregano to inhibit the growth of bacteria that cause food poisoning. Food safety lowers your risk significantly of getting sick. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Is your life out of balance? It may be. The average American consumes far too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This creates an imbalance.
So what can we do to get back in balance? We can eat a healthy diet.
And most of us need to supplement with omega-3 rich fish oil. Fish oil contains omega-3s with DHA and EPA, fatty acids that promote good brain and heart health. So reduce omega-6 in your nutritional plan and boost omega-3 to get back in balance.
To help you do that, BioInnovations offers two products, the Fish Oil Complex and Omega 369, both formulated for your health and well-being. So how do you choose? For highest levels of DHA and EPA, choose the Fish Oil Complex. For a balanced formula, choose the 369. Go online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Welcome back, everyone. It's great to be with you today. I hope everything is wonderful wherever you are in the world. Today's show is going to be quite interesting. We're going to talk about one of the most studied and the most used worldwide herb there is. That's Ginkgo biloba, one of our favorites. Richard, this one is really great.
It is, and it has a fun name, Ginkgo biloba. Kind of rolls off the tongue. It's fun to say. Ginkgo biloba is a tree native to China and Asia. However, there are no wild stands of the tree left throughout the world. It is cultivated around the world, and the leaf is used as a medicinal agent. We extract components out of the leaf, and that's what we call Ginkgo biloba. It is a unique tree. It has no known living relatives. Ginkgo has its own taxonomy division, the Ginkgophyta division, and it has been called a living fossil. It is speculated that the tree has not changed in a very, very long time, and the tree grows to be a very old age. There is a tree in China that it believes to be 3,000 years old. Isn't that amazing? And of course, any procedure to absolutely date the tree could kill the tree, so that's being done. But that's not going to be done anytime soon. But it's estimated to be about 3,000 years old. The ginkgo tree is also called the tree of heaven, or silver apricot tree, and maidenhair fern. Although it grows in forests and in cities, there are no natural large growth stands. The tree is disease and insect resistant, and it grows very tall, 100 feet tall or more. And it is thought to be one of the oldest living trees on the planet and may live for thousands of years. It even takes 30 years before the tree can even flower. Long time to sexual maturity, and there are male and female ginkgo trees. Almost all of the trees planted, cultivated, are male trees because the female trees, when they produce their seeds, they have a foul smell to them, and nobody wants that in their backyard. So almost all the trees you will see that are ginkgo trees are male trees. There is a story about the 6 surviving ginkgo trees of Hiroshima. Hiroshima was one of the Japanese cities where an atomic bomb was dropped, and there was complete devastation for a near 2-mile radius from the epicenter of the bomb. And in that epicenter, among the only living things alive that left standing after this blast were 6 ginkgo trees. And of course, this added to the reputation of the ginkgo plant as a promoter of longevity and long life. It withstood the atomic blast. Maybe it would help us withstand and live a long age. That's not even really been tested, but it's a nice story to tell and something interesting to think about. And it certainly added to the mystique of the tree in the Orient, without a doubt. The historical uses of the ginkgo tree: asthma, cough and phlegm production, and these are things we don't even think of with ginkgo, but for hundreds and hundreds of years, those in the Orient where the use of ginkgo originated have used it for asthma and cough and respiratory problems, including phlegm production, improved circulation of the heart and brain. Now we use it for that, we think of it that way, and there are recorded texts in Chinese medical writings dating back 5,000 years. So we know that ginkgo's been used for 5,000 years at least. And it has quite a long, safe history of use. Now, think of our modern medicines, and I'm all for good medicines. I'm not anti-medicine. But can you think of one modern medicine that has that length of use? Safety profile, thousands, potentially even millions of people have used it without problems. That's quite impressive. 5,000 years of use. It is also known as the smart herb for its reputation of improving mental abilities. As you alluded, Cindy, the ginkgo plant is among the best top herbs in the world. It's certainly a top 5 herb. $1.3 billion in sales worldwide, and today, there are some 12 million Americans using ginkgo biloba on a daily basis. 12 million. That alone is a good safety profile for ginkgo. There are currently some 50 million trees, it's estimated, under cultivation, producing some 8,000 tons of leaves every year. And the leaf is set through a process, and the essential components of that leaf are extracted in a standardized form, and that is what we call the ginkgo supplement. Now, before we get into the discussion on the science of ginkgo, in recent years, ginkgo biloba has received criticism for not actually doing anything. And as you review the science, trying to understand, does it really work, does it not work, you realize a pattern. When people use the standardized ginkgo extract, it works beautifully. When they use altered forms, altered doses, it does not work. It doesn't work and do much of anything for memory preservation or stalling of Alzheimer's disease or dementia. But when you use the standardized form in the standard dose, it does. And now let's go through this process, but keep that in mind. There's always controversy with everything, isn't there? Ginkgo biloba contains flavonoid glycosides. Glyco is just a carbohydrate, and it's attached to another molecule, so they call it a flavonoid, which is an antioxidant with a carbohydrate type molecule attached to it, glycoside. Myrcetin, quercetin, terpenoids, ginkgolosides, and bilobalides. These are the different types of molecules, and these are very unique. They're not found in other plants. If they were found in other plants, we'd be talking about a different plant providing memory preservation, but you won't find them anywhere but ginkgo. That's why we focus on the ginkgo. Now, this standardized extract that I spoke of, it's a 50 part to 1 end product. 50 pound start, 1 pound ends. It's reduced to that because we don't need the fiber. We can get fibers from other things. We don't need the chlorophyll of the leaf, the green part of it. We don't need that. We get that from our spinach and other things. We want the essence of the ginkgo that provides the circulatory benefits and hence the brain preservation. 50 to 1 ratio of dry leaf to finished product contains 22 to 27% flavone glycosides. This is our standardizing molecule. We're looking for 22 to 27%, and it can be in that range because natural products vary with the year of production. There could be drought, there can be more rain, there can be better fertilizer, less, you know, all kinds of things go into these different layers. But as long as it's between 22 and 27% flavone glycosides, 5 to 7% terpene lactones, and 3% bilobalides, we're within that critical range of proven benefit. With below 5 parts per million of ginkgolic acids. So you want some things higher, some things lower, then it's standardized. This is standardized EGB 761. And if you go to the literature and want to learn more about the science of ginkgo biloba, look for this standardized EGB 761 product. That's the one that works. None of the others have. They have a very unique processing, and that's what works. That's the essence of it. Others have not shown consistency. Now, let's summarize ginkgo's actions before our break. We know from good science that ginkgo dilates blood vessels. It improves microperfusion of blood into critical tissues. It improves our circulation. It reduces blood viscosity. It takes sticky, syrupy blood and turns it into thin blood that can get into those tiny capillaries where it needs to go. It improves blood viscosity. It reduces the propensity to clot. It improves circulation while decreasing inflammation. That's been proven. It modulates the nitric oxide control of blood vessels. This is this endothelial dysfunction we talk about so often. Control of the microvessels is essence to good health, and ginkgo does that. It keeps the blood flowing, and we know the various mechanisms. It modulates neurotransmitters. It helps to maintain a good mood, and it reduces neuropsychiatric symptoms in dementia. And it does this through a mechanism that's understood through modulation of the neurotransmitters. Think of the millions of Americans who take antidepressants and antipsychotics, and some of them truly do need them. I'm not making that comment. But how many of them are just marginal, and really all they need is a little ginkgo, and they'd be fine. Let's finish this before we go to our break. It is a polyvalent antioxidant. All these varied chemicals provide multiple molecules that act as powerful, multi-level antioxidants. It is an anti-inflammatory, anti-allergy, and anti-asthma, just as in the ancient traditional use for respiratory conditions. Increases brain energy, brain metabolism. It protects from radiation, just as we heard of the Hiroshima story. It improves hypoxic tolerance. If you were to have a stroke on ginkgo, you would have less damage. You can tolerate low oxygen conditions better on ginkgo. It improves memory performance and learning capacity in those with dementia, and healthy younger people. It improves memory performance. And it improves disturbed equilibrium. Having trouble with dizziness and unsteady gait, ginkgo may help you, and it protects the brain and nerves while shielding from pain. All of this. Now, when we return from these important messages, let's take that basic knowledge and apply it to the clinical setting and see what Ginkgo can do to help people with their health conditions. We'll be back.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastrodefense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acid so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, both at prices you can afford. Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. I'm Cindy Becker for Your Health at a Glance. We all have said, I need to get some exercise, but how many of us put on our walking shoes and go? Learning a little more about the health benefits of exercise may help you get motivated to lace up those walking shoes. Exercise helps to control our appetite and weight. It maintains strong muscles. It promotes the release of endorphins that counter depression while helping us feel good about our lives. Exercise helps to lower blood glucose, promotes a strong circulatory system, and controls cholesterol. Exercise even helps us get a good night's sleep. Recent research finds dog owners who regularly walk their pet are 34% more likely to achieve fitness goals. You can get all of these health benefits by walking 30 minutes 4 times a week, just 30 minutes a day. Start today, and you'll start to get all those benefits. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
For thousands of years, Eastern health practitioners have used mushrooms for a variety of treatments.
And recently, scientists everywhere in the world have turned to mushrooms in search of health-promoting compounds.
These are known as medicinal mushrooms. Among some of the most potent are ABM, maitake, reishi, shiitake, and cordyceps sinensis.
At Bioinnovations, we've made available 4 of the most powerful mushrooms in one easy-to-use formula. We call it the Mushroom Complex. We also offer the amazing mushroom Cordyceps sinensis in a standalone formula.
Cordyceps helps boost energy, an amazing discovery now used in both Eastern and Western medicine. So take advantage of thousands of years of health knowledge.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. We're back, everyone, having an interesting discussion on Ginkgo biloba. So, Richard, you have some of the latest research out there to share with everyone.
Well, we mentioned the controversy. Does Ginkgo actually help preserve mental function, or does it do nothing? And in recent years, there have been some disparaging studies released that suggest Ginkgo doesn't do anything, but it does. One of the best studies ever developed was the Packwood study, and they followed almost 3,700 patients for 20 years. That's an expensive, dedicated study, 20 years of following. Standardized Ginkgo have to use the standard 240 milligram, that's 2 capsules once a day, not twice a day, not 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. 1 time a day, 240 milligrams. Those who took Ginkgo showed slowing of mental decline as per the mini mental state exam. This is your classic quick screen in the doctor's office. What time's the clock say? Here's 3 items I want you to memorize. A pen, a cup, and eyeglasses. And then at the end of the office visit, what were those 3 things, Mrs. Jones? If she can remember those 3, it's a good sign. And other things, that's the mini mental state exam. They use that to assess, and this has been studied thoroughly to see if it's actually a reliable indicator of mental decline, and it is. And those who took 240 milligrams daily, once a day, showed stabilization of mental ability. Stabilized energy production in nerve cells. It helped to protect nerve cells in the brain and the periphery. Promotion of new nerve cells This is one of the remarkable things. It doesn't just preserve what you have, it helps to generate new nerve cells because we're in a constant state of turnover. And if we're just destroying cells and not replacing them, well, that's decline. We don't want that. We want to promote the production of new nerve cells, and it happens with Ginkgo. It improved blood flow to the little nooks and crannies and reduced toxic effects of the beta amyloid. The protein particles that build up in the brain of Alzheimer's, they're highly toxic and inflammatory. And Ginkgo helps to stop that process of the inflammation, which leads to more amyloid, which means more inflammation and more amyloid decline of Alzheimer's disease. This is one of the largest studies ever done on this Ginkgo, and it showed effective. The Guide Age study, similar to the Packwood study, that's what we were just discussing, only those who took standardized Ginkgo for 4 years or more showed cognitive decline protection. So this is a long-term program, long-term, and taking the standardized helps. The World Journal of Biological Psychiatry, review of 4 trials. They look at 4 different trials, pool the data, see what it says, 1,600 patients, the standardized EGB 761, 240 milligrams once daily, not split. See, that's a trick they do to try to discredit Ginkgo. Well, we'll give it 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. It's the same daily dose, but that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Once daily, 240 milligrams, and this was a short study, 22 weeks. Decreased caregiver distress rating, increased activities of daily living, improved global clinical impression, and improved quality of life. That's remarkable. That is remarkable as cognitive decline begins to be able to do that with something that costs, I don't know, 50 cents a day, if that, to stall the progression of mental decline. It's impressive. Aging mental health, that's the journal, 96 Alzheimer's disease patients with neuropsychiatric features. With Alzheimer's disease, it's not just typically a loss of memory. People act out. They do things that we would say are, that's not normal. And they can be aggressive. They're hard to take care of at times. We call that neuropsychiatric symptoms. Only the standardized Ginkgo, taken once daily, 240 milligrams, provided cognitive benefits equal to the standard medicine. Aricept is a common medicine used. And they found if you took Ginkgo with the Aricept, it improved the response even better. And they didn't have a problem with the drug interaction. There was no side effects noted in the whole study. Taking it with the Aricept is fine, and it makes it work better. The International Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry, confirmation of the above study with 160 patients. They found the same type of thing. The standardized Ginkgo taken daily for 24 weeks, significant improvement of symptoms with the same side effect profile as a placebo. Journal of Psychiatric Research, double-blind, placebo-controlled. These are all human studies. Top quality studies, 410 patients. That's a fairly large study. Mild to moderate dementia. This isn't just cognitive impairment. This is dementia, mild to moderate. These folks cannot live alone. That should help you understand. They can't go to the grocery store and expect them to come back. They won't know how to get back. They have moderate dementia. It's beyond the point of living on their own. I want you to understand this. When these unfortunate souls took the standardized Ginkgo for 24 weeks, they found it was safe and well tolerated. It led to significant and clinically relevant improvement in quality of life of patients and the caregivers. They were easier to care for. Now, in a German journal, that I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name of this journal, but you can find it if you want to find more on Ginkgo. 1,201 dementia patients. This is full dementia now. Standardized Ginkgo daily for at least 22 weeks. It takes time. Make that point. Those taking Ginkgo delayed the decline in activities of daily living by 22 months. 22 months. And they found it saved anywhere from $7,000 to $60,000 in the care of the dementia patients, just taking the Ginkgo, which is less than $1 a day. Save up to $60,000 in the care. You know, Alzheimer's patients, dementia patients, whatever the cause of the dementia, is very expensive to care for. It's around-the-clock care, skilled nursing care. you know? And to be able to save that, why doesn't the whole world know about this? Well, that's my question. That's why I do this program, is to help with that. Journal of Alzheimer's Disease, a review of 126 studies. Of these 126 studies, only 9 met the strict criteria for highly reliable research. 2,500 subjects. Ginkgo improves cognition, acts of daily living, clinical global assessment, neuropsychiatric symptoms with no significant side effects or safety concerns. Reviewing the reviews found the same conclusion. But there's more on Ginkgo for other problems when we return. For centuries, the herb astragalus has been a staple of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to create a strong shield, protecting the immune system.
Astragalus is also used to support healthy heart and lung function.
There's even more. Astragalus helps to calm total body inflammation, a common cause of pain and chronic illness.
All of that without the use of medication.
That's right. Support your health the way nature intended with astragalus root.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Astragalus Root Extract. BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128 or order online at bioinnovations.net and see what astragalus can do for your health. That number once again is 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Call today.
I'm Dr. Becker with Your Health at a Glance. Have you or someone you love recently been diagnosed with cancer? It is projected by the year 2020, some 18 million Americans will be cancer survivors. The main reason for this upward trend is our treatments for cancer are better than ever. Our cancer medicines are much improved, and we know more about how cancer works. In addition, holistic principles of cancer care are becoming standard of care treatment. Plus, research centers are discovering natural substances with true benefits for the cancer patient. This is an age of wonder, as we can incorporate both mainstream medicine and the fields of complementary and anti-aging medicine into your plan to beat cancer. I'm a cancer survivor who's here to tell you that you have more tools than ever in your battle with cancer. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. There are thousands of fungal species, and at least 200 of them have been found to cause human diseases.
Fungal infections are common, so what can we do to protect ourselves?
One solution is oregano, a natural alternative. Oregano fights problems created by fungus and yeast overgrowth, and it improves many other health conditions.
At BioInnovations, we offer oregano in gel caps and liquid extract.
Yeast and fungal disorders can improve.
So take charge of your health by choosing a natural alternative such as oregano gel caps or oil of oregano liquid extract.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. We're back, everyone, having a great hour talking about Ginkgo biloba, aren't we? Well, to help you supplement this wonderful standardized form of Ginkgo, we have a great special. We have Dr. Becker's Bionutrients, buy one, get one free on the Ginkgo biloba, where you buy one bottle at the regular price, you get a second bottle free. Now, Richard, we were going through the research, which some of these are new studies, and they're really amazing.
Yes.
And I know there's quite a bit more.
Well, there is. We've been talking about how Ginkgo helps to preserve our mental faculties as we age at the start of mild cognitive impairment or the start of dementia, and helps to slow that process down. And that's a good thing. But also there are other benefits. Here's a study, 188 healthy younger people, 45 to 56. That's a young person. It didn't used to be when I was 30, that wasn't young, but now I'm older than that, so that is a young person. These people had good mentation, they were in good shape, and they gave them Ginkgo versus a placebo. After 6 weeks, those who took the Ginkgo, get this, these are normal, healthy people, improved the number of correctly recalled appointments. It tested their memory. Even normal people's memory improved. Improved recall performance, the ratio of false to correct items, they got more right, and these results reverse the effect of aging on recall. So even at a younger age, it may help your memory. And, you know, I think at 45 to 50, 55, it varies with the person, but you begin to notice, well, I'm a little more forgetful than I used to. What I do with this and that? Did I do this? Did I pay that light bill? I don't want the lights to go out. Well, I got to go check. You know, when you're younger, you don't have that problem nearly as much. Now, that's not dementia. That's just forgetfulness of aging. But Ginkgo helps that. Ginkgo helps that. So what I'm saying is there's a good reason to start Ginkgo even at 40. Ultimately, it'll help to prevent dementia for you, but it also helps to keep the mind sharp in your younger years. What else? Let's say you're on Ginkgo and you should, God forbid, have a stroke. We don't want the stroke, but if you do have a stroke while on Ginkgo, you will show less damage, significantly less damage in the stroke if you're on the Ginkgo. And they also found in acute stroke, if you start it, the recovery is better. If you start the Ginkgo, the recovery is better because it stimulates those new brain cells. Remember, we talked about that. It improves the glucose control of the brain. They call dementia diabetes type 3. Some people call it that because they've been able to show in dementia patients, they have like diabetes of the brain. It's not the rest of the body, not necessarily, but it improves the glucose control of the brain, which could be a lifelong thing. It would be very helpful for that. A review of all available literature finds there's overwhelming evidence that Ginkgo protects from the damaging effects of ischemic stroke. That was in current topics of medicinal chemistry. Stroke is devastating, very disabling. Phytomedicine, 15 dyslexic children. Dyslexia. This is not attention deficit hyperactivity, it's dyslexia. Open label, standard Ginkgo helped improve testing scores in dyslexic students. Good to know. It's better. See, the dyslexic child will be put on Ritalin or an attention deficit drug, and it makes them worse. They don't like it. Doesn't work for them. Go to Ginkgo for dyslexia. Taking standardized Ginkgo, Clinical Journal of Endocrinology, with radioactive iodine treatment for Graves' disease. If you're in a situation where they need to destroy the thyroid gland for thyroid disease, that your gland is not helping you, it needs to be removed. You can cut it out surgically, which is risky, or you can take radioactive iodine, and that will destroy the gland as well. Well, if you take Ginkgo with this process, this helps you understand how Ginkgo can protect you from radiation, whether you're being radiated for cancer treatment or you're getting a chest x-ray just for a checkup, and you don't want the extra damage from radiation. Who needs it? I understand that. Ginkgo helps to protect normal tissues from radiation damage. All the while, the radiation goes to where it needs to go and do its work. I don't know how Ginkgo knows to do that, but it does. It helps to protect normal tissues. Psychiatric research, a review of 8 double-blind placebo-controlled trials involving over 1,000 patients. Ginkgo provides significant amelioration of total and negative symptoms of schizophrenia. Ginkgo helps schizophrenics. Now, if you have a loved one with schizophrenic, you need the help of a professional. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't try to treat that on your own, but they've been able to show it helps. And the schizophrenic, if he's taking antipsychotic medication with the Ginkgo, they have fewer side effects because of how Ginkgo protects the brain from ongoing damages. That's worth looking into, and scientists have done this. If you have a loved one with schizophrenia, consider adding Ginkgo to the regimen. Of course, the doctor needs to know about that, but you can show them the research. This was in Psychiatry Research 2015, a review of 8 double-blind placebo-controlled trials. It is helpful in schizophrenia. Wonderful. Next one. Common side effect of schizophrenia medications is the tardive dyskinesia. We just said that it helps with the side effects of the medicine. This study proved that. Anesthesia, 2009, animal study designed to resemble ruptured disc with nerve impingement. Ginkgo helps with nerve origin pain. Ruptured disc, diabetic neuropathy, anything that's causing this ongoing carpal tunnel, you know, anything with the nerves. It helps to maintain healthy nerve function. Virtually all the studies investigating non-standardized Ginkgo have failed in their benefit, but the standardized is helpful. Let's see. Can we go to our break now? Let's do our break now. And when we return, I want to talk about the German E-Commission, which is one of the world's leading authorities of herbal therapies. What do they say about Ginkgo? What do they recommend Ginkgo for? We'll have that when we return. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why Bioinnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
Here is our hope for you today. I'm Cindy Becker. Christian counselor Dr. Henry Brandt wrote, "To dwell above with the saints we love, that will be grace and glory. But to live below with the saints we know, well, that's another story." Throughout our lives, we encounter difficult people. These souls challenge the best of us. But the Apostle Paul suggested that we maintain our grace in spite of the actions of others. Paul wrote, "If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone." Paul acknowledged it may not be possible in all cases, but we should still do our best. Try to look at difficult people through Christ's eyes. Remember his sacrifice was for everyone, even those saints we know who challenge us. I'm Cindy Becker. This is our hope for you today.
Vitamin D deficiency is at epidemic levels in the United States. Chances are you aren't getting enough of this essential nutrient. Vitamin D is one of the most important molecules in the human body. It's required for the proper function of nearly 4,000 genes and 1,000 metabolic chemical reactions.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Vitamin D3. Now, supplementing with vitamin D is safe and affordable.
Studies show that vitamin D deficiency can lead to poor immune function, depression, cardiovascular disease, bone disease, diabetes, cancer, and much more. Starting supplementing vitamin D today for better health tomorrow.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. We're back, everyone. Just another reminder on that special today. I don't want you to miss this one. We have Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Standardized Ginkgo biloba. Buy 1 bottle at the regular price, get a second bottle free. And don't forget to take your Ginkgo. Richard, let's talk now about the health conditions that can be assisted supplementing with Ginkgo.
Okay. You know, we get the question frequently, I'm on Plavix. as a platelet inhibitor to keep my blood flowing. I have sticky blood apparently, and the doctors want my blood to flow better, and I'm on Plavix. They want me to take Plavix. But I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels, or I've made a decision not to use medicines unless to save my life. I mean, these are all attitudes that are fairly common in today's world, and I admire you for making an effort to do things more naturally. What is the alternative to Plavix or drugs in that category? I'll tell you what it is. It's Ginkgo biloba, because Ginkgo does these things. It inhibits those platelets. It keeps the snowflake. The platelet is a snowflake in the bloodstream that if there's damage to the arterial or vascular wall, the snowflakes plug it up. It's kind of like radiator stop leak liquid. You ever heard of that, guys? I know the guys know about that. If you have a tiny hole in your radiator on your car, you put the stop leak stuff in the car radiator, and it plugs that tiny little hole till you can get it fixed. And by the way, ginger is the primary ingredient of that substance. But we're talking about in the human body to prevent these little snowflakes from getting sticky and plugging up when there is no damage to the artery, when there's no damage to the capillary, to keep the blood flowing. Ginkgo does that. So I want to make that point because so many people get on Plavix, and maybe you should be on Plavix. You have to make these decisions with you and your doctor. But the alternative to Plavix is Ginkgo biloba. Now, I promised you the German E Commission. This is an organization in Germany that helps the socialized medicine of Germany to decide how they will use Ginkgo and for what conditions. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because they are very learned people, and they spend a lot of time doing the research on this, and their conclusion is that Ginkgo can be used for the treatment of dementia. Number one, it slows the decline of dementia, and it helps to preserve memory and mental clarity. And in my words, it helps to reduce the cost of caring for those who are headed towards Alzheimer's disease or dementia of any cause. So it's very cost effective. Very cost effective. It improves pain-free walking due to claudication. Claudication is a narrowing of arteries due to plaques in the legs, so the blood cannot flow to the muscles, and you get angina of the legs. You get ischemia in the legs, and it hurts. And people can't walk to the mailbox. They can't go to the grocery store. They can't walk to church from the parking lot. It hurts. They have to stop. They call it claudication. If you have it, you know it. Ginkgo makes the walking further. You can go further because the platelets aren't sticky, and it helps to improve circulation. So the German E Commission says if you have claudication, Ginkgo will help you with that. If you have vertigo, the room is spinning, subjective feeling that the room is spinning, or tinnitus, ringing in the bzzz, always consistent, never ends. Tortured by sound, really. That's what tinnitus. Ginkgo helps with that. It helps to reperfuse the inner ear, the workings of the ear, helps it to heal, helps get rid of the toxic load. And remember, hearing is a nerve function, so any nerve function tends to improve with Ginkgo, or at least the decline of disease is slowed. And that's an important distinction to understand, but in any case, we want to slow disease. Any vascular condition that compromises blood flow, including atherosclerosis, according to the German E Commission, Ginkgo can be used for that, like Raynaud's disease, or just poor circulation in general. Poor circulation in general. You know, most of you know that I'm an osteopath, and one of the tenets, one of the basic principles of osteopaths is the rule of the artery reigns supreme. If there is no blood flow to an organ, disease will follow. And all of our principles that we learn in osteopathic school is to restore flow to organs. And all of my life experience as a physician has taught me that. So much of what we suffer from is due to poor blood flow, and Ginkgo is the one that helps you with that. There are others that help, like fish oil, this type of thing, but anything with poor blood flow. But what else? Attention deficit hyperactivity, not just dyslexia, but attention deficit hyperactivity. 50% as effective as Ritalin. Schizophrenia, we mentioned that. Allergies, asthma, chronic sinusitis. Here's your formula for the allergies of the airway. Ginkgo, vitamin C, astaxanthin, the red pigment, astaxanthin, Ginkgo vitamin C astaxanthin. You'll be surprised how much better. Add a little bee pollen to that, you'll be amazed at how much better your allergies will be. Vitiligo, lightening of the skin. This is an autoimmune phenomena. Ginkgo helps that. Tinnitus, we said that. Excitotoxicity, if you have exposure to MSG, magnesium and Ginkgo, 20 minutes, a little water, you're going to feel better. I promise you, you will. Cardiovascular disease of any type, diabetes, because that's poor blood flow. Cancer, radiation therapy, it helps to protect from radiation damage. It helps to minimize the side effects of chemotherapy. X-ray diagnostics, Ginkgo plays a role. Glaucoma, retinopathy, remember, improved blood flow. So much of what we ail from is due to poor blood flow. Liver protection, even altitude sickness. Can you believe all that? One of the studies, I want to get this in before our break. One of the studies showed, and it was statistically significant, the people who took the placebo had more headache, more dizziness, and more side effects than those who took Ginkgo. So that's a strong indicator that there are things that Ginkgo can do for us that we never even thought of. Less side effects than a placebo, that's impressive. Folks, we'll tell you how to take it when we return. Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Do you have a family history of a certain disease? Scientists are discovering that our genetic code plays a smaller role than previously believed. Only about 20% of disease is tied to our innate genetic code. So what determines the other 80%? The answer may lie in the emerging field of epigenetics. What is it? Epigenetics is a group of changing factors responsible for both how our genes are read and how they are then applied throughout the rest of the body. And this may explain why identical twins with identical genes can have different health problems. Researchers believe 2 of the main factors in epigenetics are nutrition and environmental exposure to toxins. So eat a healthy diet, reduce toxin exposure, and you may improve your own epigenetics. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. Have you heard of Cordyceps sinensis, the medicinal mushroom that supports metabolic processes for stimulant-free energy? This remarkable mushroom also supports the immune and respiratory systems, as well as the heart and lungs.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients, Cordyceps sinensis.
Medicinal mushrooms contain beta-glucans, compounds that promote healthy immune function while helping to coordinate multiple body systems. And Cordyceps sinensis is among the safest and most powerful medicinal mushrooms available today, making it your choice for stimulant-free natural energy.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net. Be sure to ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being. We're back, everyone. We've had a great hour talking about Ginkgo, haven't we? And just a quick reminder, I don't want you to miss that special, that buy one, get one free, where you buy 1 bottle of Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Ginkgo biloba, you get the 2nd bottle free, and that is the standardized version. So, Richard, how is the best way to supplement Ginkgo?
Well, you start with the standardized Ginkgo, as we've described in this program, and 24% Ginkgo flavone glycosides. That's another thing to look for, standardized. And they typically come in a 120 milligram capsule. If we made them much bigger, some people couldn't swallow that. So it comes in 2 capsules, your proper dose, 240 milligrams. Take them at the same time. That is the studied dose proven to help slow the advance of cognitive function. So reproduce the study. This is the whole point of science, folks. It gives you thousands of people's experience in a highly controlled manner so you know what's doing what. And we want to replicate that. You're not saving yourself anything by just taking 1 a day and say, well, that should work. Don't do that. It won't help you. 2 at once, and that's it. 240 milligrams of the standardized. Now, everyone wants to know, well, what are the side effects? Like I mentioned before, the side effects of Ginkgo are less than the placebo. It's really quite amazing to have something like that. Now, there is one potential area of concern, and that is the theoretical and possible interaction with other drugs. And some researchers have made this point. If you are on warfarin, Coumadin, Plavix, aspirin therapy, or a monoamine oxidase inhibitor, if you're on those, you know what I'm talking about. You really maybe shouldn't take Ginkgo biloba. If you're on a platelet inhibitor, if you're on warfarin, you can take Ginkgo if you're willing to do the blood test to lower your warfarin dose. You follow me? Don't just take and say things will work out because it's a natural product, I won't have any trouble. Don't do that, because we do know that there is the potential for interaction with your clotting factors. That's the point we're taking. You keep the blood flowing, right? We made a big point of that. And if you're taking a powerful drug like warfarin to do the same thing, it may be too thin, the blood. Does that make sense? But you can combine the two if you're willing to take the studies, do the blood tests to lower your warfarin dose so you get it just right. It is my personal belief that if more people used Ginkgo, they wouldn't need warfarin or Coumadin. That's my personal belief. But no drug company is going to do that study. They don't want to interfere with their profits and sales. So we may never know the truth on that. Recently, a study was released that said Ginkgo does not interfere with warfarin, but that's only one study, and you and I are the only ones who know about that. Your doctors don't know about that. So I hope I've been clear on that. I don't want anybody to have any trouble with any of these products, so we need to use them smartly and use them wisely. Standardized Ginkgo, 120 milligrams per capsule. Take 2 of them at the same time and do it every day. When I started taking Ginkgo, within 48 hours, I said to myself, you know, I feel clearer today. It helped me that quickly. Whether it will help you that quickly or not, I don't know. But the studies say with time, it will help to maintain your mental abilities. And this translates into caring for yourself longer with a better quality of life and a clear approach and mental attitude. All of these, it's really quite remarkable. It's one of the singular elements that can prolong a good, healthy life. So thank you for your kind attention. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Your Health. Bye-bye.
Hippocrates once said, "Let food be thy medicine and medicine thy food." So why do 9 out of 10 of us not eat enough vegetables daily? It's because we don't always know how to incorporate this practice into our busy lives. Instead of removing bad foods, start by adding healthier foods you prefer. You'll soon discover better foods you love will crowd out unhealthy cravings. It's not crazy, just healthy.
You know, the world is changing. You watch it on television every day. It's unbelievable. It's unthinkable.
Today on Love a Child, we are helping people. No matter what is going on all around the world and all the bad reports you hear, there's good reports happening here. God raised you up to be a partner for the children here who cannot speak for themselves. May all of heaven bless you today.